Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as IvyWinter. Thanks for joining me for another Wedding Wednesdays. Today I'm super excited to talk about two things. I'm going to talk about my dress shopping experience so far, and I'm going to talk about how I'm going to be incorporating some of my geeky loves like Disney and video games into the wedding. So first I want to talk about dress shopping. I talked about it a little bit last week. Last week I said I was about to go dress shopping on the weekend, and I did. I went. Actually, the whole day was a super busy day. I met up with Peter's mom to go dress shopping. We did that for an hour. Then we went to see the venue with his parents who haven't seen it yet before. Then we went to dinner. So it was a really long day. And we went to a bridal shop called Angelique's Bridal. It is in the 40s, not too far from Grand Central. It is a small bridal shop. It is not what you might have in your head when you think of like Kleinfeld's and like all those big stores that have like multiple brides trying things on at the same time. It is a privately, individually owned shop, and you get an hour for your appointment, and the entire shop is yours alone. And it's tiny. You walk in, it's just like one little like studio area in this building, and the owner Sarah was just lovely to speak with, and it's just you and whoever you've brought with you, and that's it. You get the whole place for an hour, undivided attention. It was really great experience. Part of the reason I really enjoyed this place and I picked this place was because the reviews talked about how low-key and non-pushy this woman who owns it was, and I can totally attest to that. It wasn't rushed. It wasn't like I felt like I was trying on things I didn't want to try on. I didn't feel any pressure to buy when I was there. It was literally like, here's a bunch of different styles. Let me know what you're open-minded to, and let's figure out what looks best on you. So in about an hour, I tried on, I want to say at least 8 dresses, maybe more, but I want to say it's around 8. And they were from all different designers, keeping a budget in mind. I personally don't want to go over about $2,000 for a dress. I think just the fact that wedding dresses are like in those price ranges is crazy to me. And then I watch things like Say Yes to the Dress with like these women who are like, oh, I have a budget of $10,000, and I'm like, oh my god, no. I don't even want to wear a dress that's $10,000 because I know myself. I'm going to put white on and I'm just going to get stuff all over it. So I do not want to wear a $10,000 dress. And I think even a couple $1,000 is just absurd to me. But you know what? It is what it is. It's one day. I can treat myself to that. So yeah, so my budget's around $2,000. And there is a great designer that I actually really like called Essence of Australia. Well, so a lot of wedding dress designers have like multiple lines. It'll be one designer, but they'll put out a few different lines that are all different price points. And Essence of Australia is fairly affordable. Their dresses run anywhere from about $1,500 to, I would say, $3,000. And when I looked at all their stuff online, I like fell in love with all of it. So I went to this bridal shop specifically because I knew that they carried it, but of course I was open to trying a whole bunch of other things. So I'm not going to talk too much about the styles I did or didn't like because, I doubt Peter's going to watch this, but I still don't want to give it away. So, but I tried everything. I tried sheath dresses, trumpet and mermaid dresses. I'll say I don't like mermaid dresses. Ball gown, A-line, strapless, sleeves. Like, I tried everything because while I had it in my head an idea of what I wanted, I just didn't want to eliminate other things because I had no idea what they would look like on me until I tried them on. So I feel like that was really good experience because the one dress that I did end up really loving was quite a bit different than what I thought of when I was going in. So I didn't buy a dress yet. I didn't want to feel like I was jumping on it too quickly, especially since it was the first time that I went and it was the first shop I went to. So the owner followed up with me via email with like what the dress was, how much it was, and let me know I can come back in to try it on any time. So on April 1st, I actually have another appointment with Beholden, which is Anthropologie's bridal line, with two of my friends, my maid of honor and one of my bridesmaids. And I made a follow-up appointment at this bridal shop afterwards, so that after I try on Beholden dresses, I can go back and try on this other dress that I really like and really have an idea of where my head is at and where I'm going. And I feel like I'm gonna make a decision by then, but we'll see. I mean, I have a little bit of time. We're kind of getting under some pressure. It's 8 months until the wedding, and wedding dresses do take a long time to like come in when you order them, and then from there you still have to get them altered like multiple times. So not quite in crunch time, but you know, I should be making a decision in the next month or so on my dress. So I don't want to take too long. But I will say trying wedding dresses on is super fun. I can do it all day. You just like feel amazing, and you get to try on these like crazy gowns, and I don't know. It was just super fun. I'm really excited to go back and put that dress on again in front of my friends so they can see it in person, because they only saw it through pictures. And I don't know, maybe I'll have a dress by then. I guess you guys will have to find out on the Wedding Wednesday video after that weekend. But yeah, it was really fun. I would say if you are wedding dress shopping for the first time and you're nervous, first of all, that's normal. It's like a weird experience. I think it's something that like every woman thinks about, but like when it actually happens, you're kind of like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like, I don't even know what this process is. I don't even know what I like. Are they gonna be pushy? Am I gonna like something out of my budget? You know, there's a million things that run through your mind. So like, if you're a little nervous, it's totally fine. I was a little nervous. And I would say be totally open to ideas. There might be styles that you're just like hard no, like I know I'm not gonna like this, I don't want to waste my time. And that's how I am with mermaid dresses. Like I don't want to be feeling like I'm shuffling around all night and can't move my legs. So I knew hard no mermaid dresses. But despite me going in with an idea of like the neckline I wanted and whether I wanted sleeves or not or whatever, I trusted the woman who worked there, because they help people try on dresses for a living. They know body types. They know what they believe will look good on you. And they're not always right, but you have to trust them to start pushing you in the right direction. And so I say be a little open-minded. Let them bring a couple of things to you, and then also pick a few things. Like she pulled things out for me, but then she said, you know what, take a look around and tell me where your eye goes, and we'll try that dress on. So, you know, have a mix of like having them recommend what you should try on, but also see if something catches your eye that you want to try on. And the thing I ended up trying on, like I hated, but on the hanger it looks really nice. And so like, again, you never know, you might think on the hanger you're gonna love what this dress looks like, and then you put it on, you're like, it just doesn't work for me. Like it might work for someone else and be lovely on someone else, but it doesn't work for me. So be open-minded, try on a bunch of different styles. Don't get stuck into one idea, because you might be surprised at how much you like a style you thought you wouldn't. Okay, so moving on from wedding dress shopping, I'm gonna talk a little bit how we're gonna incorporate fun stuff into our wedding, and I am so excited about this stuff. So, the first thing that we wanted to incorporate was gaming stuff. And I'm a gamer, obviously. Peter's a pretty big gamer too. And we wanted to think of a way to tie it in without seeming too hokey, because we are getting married in this very classic New York venue. It's going to be a very 1920s traditional, like beautiful feel. And so we didn't want to go with something that was like too dramatically geeky and just felt out of place. So what we decided to do was, we are not going to be doing programs because we're not doing a religious ceremony, and usually programs are to help you follow along with like a mass or like anything like that, especially if you're not of that religion. But our ceremony is going to be really short, like maybe 25 minutes. It's just going to be our officiant doing her thing, some vows, you know, that's it. Like it's not going to be crazy. And so we felt like handing out a program would be a waste of paper. But what we decided to do instead are people are going to get wedding achievements that they can do at our wedding. So we've already started thinking about certain things that are like around the venue or just certain things that they can do, and we're gonna name them like achievement names, and then we are going to have them either check off or stamp off what they've completed. We've even thought about like, do we want to do some little extra favors to the people who actually complete all of them? Whatever, but it gives it a nice interactive element and gives people something to do. Not to say that going to a wedding isn't something to do, but it gives it something like a little extra, and it nods to the fact that we're really big gamers without being crazy. I was given the advice of don't put anything on the achievements that involves you guys, because forget it. Like, if we were like, oh, take a picture of the bride with the bride and groom, like, we would just never be able to do anything because people would keep wanting to take photos with us. So probably won't do that. But we already have some really good ideas of what people could do. That said, I would love to know if you guys have any cool ideas of like what people could do. We're trying to stay away from doing anything alcohol based because like I have little cousins coming who are under the age. We have some other people who are dry and they prefer not to drink, so we don't want to make anybody feel like they need to drink to accomplish an achievement. So nothing to do with drinking and nothing to do directly with me and Peter that would like cause us to be constantly pulled away from what we're doing. Other than that, we're open to it. So if you have any ideas on like what you think would be a really fun achievement for somebody to do at the wedding, we want everything from easy to kind of difficult. We'd love to hear it, so just let me know in the comments below. And then Disney. So obviously Disney's gonna be in my wedding in some way, shape, or form. Has to be, right? But Peter doesn't really like it, and I was a little worried about how to incorporate it that he wouldn't find like too much. And this idea actually came from Rob of Rob Plays That Game, who was in my wedding party. We talked about this. And he suggested that the pre-ceremony music that everyone's gonna come into, find their seats, all of that, be Main Street USA music. So when we were talking about this, we took it one step further. And obviously we still want to have that slower romantic vibe. So there are a couple of Main Street songs that are a little bit slower. If you look up the song Smiles, like if you go on the YouTube that you're on right now, and you look up Smiles, Main Street USA, like that's going to be one of the songs that we use. We're also going to use Married Life from Up. And then we were also looking into Club 33 music, which if you don't know, Club 33 plays Disney, like classic Disney songs, but they're in beautiful like piano renditions. But I'm going to not pick the big major songs that everyone knows, like Beauty and the Beast and whatever. I'm looking at things like Little April Shower and Alice in Wonderland and Feed the Birds, just like stuff that isn't going to be crazy overt, and that I think people won't recognize if they aren't super Disney fans, but the ones who are will. And so it'll be like a nice, like a nice balance of like, this is just beautiful music in general, but if you know what it is, awesome. So that's what we're gonna do as pre-ceremony music, and I am so excited about it. Like, to be able to hear the Main Street music playing while all my guests are like getting ready and sitting down, like that's really, really exciting to me and very meaningful to me. And Peter was like, of course I'm gonna say yes to that. Like, he was like, I don't want to go to Disney World, but like I understand that it's a really big part of your life, so like yeah, you can have it in the wedding. So we're gonna totally do that. We're also thinking maybe using some Tower of Terror music for cocktail hour, because like I said before, the venue was actually built in 1919, and the music from Tower of Terror era, it's a really weird thing to say, is around that same time, like 1930s. So we were gonna use the actual songs, not the creepy, like echoey version from the ride, because then people might think they're at like a haunted wedding. But like the actual songs for cocktail hour, and conveniently the Tower of Terror loop is an hour. So this could work out really well. And then we'll do more contemporary music for dinner, and then obviously for dancing. But I'm really excited to incorporate it in that sort of way that, like, again, if you're a fan, like some of my friends are gonna be like, oh my god, this is from this. And then everyone else won't even notice, and it won't be like a big deal, or like, oh god, this is corny, or like anything like that. So I'm really, really excited about doing both of these things and incorporating them into the wedding because they are such a big part of my life, Peter's life. So I think it's gonna be really, really fun. And I think it just shows you how like non-traditional weddings have become. Like nobody really expects all of the stuffy stuff anymore. It's 2017. Like, you know, it's all about you. I mean, my friend's wedding that I went to last year that I was in, her pre-ceremony music was Final Fantasy music, and 90% of the guests did not even know that. So it's like people don't even notice when you do this kind of stuff. Anyway, that's it for this week's Wedding Wednesdays. So I, again, would love to hear your ideas for wedding achievements. If you have any, please let me know in the comments below. I would also like to know if you have any questions about wedding dress shopping, if you have any thoughts on Beholden. I've heard mixed things about experiences there because, again, it is Anthropologie. It's not like a specialized bridal store. So, you know, I've heard mixed things about customer service and stuff, but we'll see. But I would love to know if you have an experience with that as well. This weekend, I'm actually doing engagement photos with a friend who's doing it as a gift. So that'll be really exciting. I'll be talking about that next week. Just that experience and all of that. I feel a little nervous about it because I feel like all those weird engagement photo pose things are just going to seem so awkward, but we'll work it out. I need them because I need to put them on the save the dates and on the website, so we'll see. But that's what I'll be talking about next weekend. And if there's anything specifically you want me to talk about that I haven't yet, please let me know in the comments below. Either I will tackle it as soon as possible, or if we haven't really gotten there yet in planning, I will mark it down and make sure that I talk about it in the future. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you guys. I always appreciate you guys spending some time listening to me. If you like this video, then like it. If you want to see more content like this, then please subscribe. And as always, share with people that you think that these videos would be valuable to. All right, guys, have a great rest of the day. Bye.